Hello. Right, Charlotte. I missed the chat, so I was like, I'll go live because I know Craig will be going live soon. So I thought I'd just put on 40 minutes or something. Thought I'd give it 40 minutes. AC, Craig's in the house. Craig, will you be going live later? Because I'm getting withdrawal symptoms of not watching you. Come on. Just waking up. I forget it's all these different time zones at times, you know. Where are we at? 10 a.m. Yeah, to be honest with you though, Craig, around about that time, because of all my medication, it takes me a good hour to 2 hours to properly wake up. I can't do what I used to do, jump out of bed and be straight on it. It's not late for us, Charlotte, that. Now we'll get to... oh, you want to get to 100 subs in the next 48 hours. It's doable. You reached 50 tonight, Charlotte. I think the first 100 you had is to get. I had one subscriber for 2 years. One subscriber. But I've never thought of sharing what we do. And then I saw Craig's and I was like, I like Craig's concept. Hello, Christine. Grace, Christine, whichever you prefer. Craig's nice like that. I like Craig. I like this. The chat we have between each other and stuff. It's nice. Charlotte, I know you've got it in you to do well anyways. It's like, I was thinking, Charlotte, before you did it, I was thinking to tell you to do it anyways, because you've got all them animals. Why not create content? Why not share it with the world? Because that's what it's doing. Especially little dart frogs, your bumblebees. I used to have them, it's making me want some dart frogs again, and then Glenn goes and gets some dendrobates. Yeah, but Craig, man, when you go live up later on when you're awake, I'll be there for a bit. Interact, 100% interaction, make yourself known and heard, so everyone knows what Lottie's nature is, so to speak. Finally got my brine shrimp back up and running. All that'll be food tomorrow. But listen to Craig and you'll go far. Follow Craig's lead. I'm not gonna literally follow Craig, I mean, but like his concept of doing just streaming his everyday life, live, fish, Belinda's stuff, his big dog, outside, everything. It's like you're sharing a life with him in a way. Does that make sense? Networking is a great way of doing things. If you don't network, you don't tend to go far. Yeah, me too, Charlotte. Me too, believe me. It can become quite, not, I won't say addictive, but it can be, you can become quite obsessed into it. I tend to not look at the analytics and all that. I'm just letting things happen. I'm just being me. And I think that's all anybody wants. They don't want someone behind the camera or in front of the camera who's not what they say they are, and genuine and honest and a proper down-to-earth, salt-of-the-earth kind of person. Genuine, honest people. I think the Congos are like, oh no, they're eating. That one's took the pellet. Amen to that. Liking, subscribing, commenting, all that kind of stuff. Do as much of it as you can. But most of all, connect with people. But if you can't get on with someone, tolerate it, be the bigger person and move on. Because you will always come across that kind of person, but I haven't yet. All genuine people, so far so good. Your analytics, Charlotte, will be right up because you went to 50 really quick. Took me 10 weeks, took you 48 hours. If your life partner gets the shit show on YouTube enough. True that. Funny that. Nearly made me choke on my Mary Jane. Whew. She says sometimes I wish it was YouTube. I'm getting a new phone soon to get to work out. What phone you getting? Don't say iPhone. I can highly recommend the Samsung S24 or even the Samsung S22 or 23 are good cameras. Got a giant Coke bottle, one of them big ones, them big greeny, or a full solid glass Coke bottle on the large version. Lottie Bell says the same. I don't know what I'm getting, but I have an iPhone at the moment. I don't do iPhones. I'm an Android person. Yeah, Charlotte, that's funny you say that. Charlotte, do you not keep precious and semi-precious rocks and stones? Because that's what Belinda does. If you should have seen her little stone willies, or did you see them? Everyone must own a stone willy. Take it to see Craig. On my aeroplane. Yeah, you'll be right up Belinda Street, then you want to see some of the stuff she gets in. Carved animals out with semi-precious stone. You want to see the plecos? Both discs shoved up the nose. I'd love a family holiday to Australia, but I wouldn't want to come home. got family in Fremantle, been there 16 years. They came home for about a year and I was like, nah, we'll go back. I wish I was in that position. I'd love to retire there though, the sun's good for your aging bones. And you have some epic scenery. I'd get lost in the outback. 12 days, turn into a caveman. Like, I'm still shrimping. The Australian jumping spider. Australia has the best reptiles going. And it got something like 10 of the most 20 venomous snakes in the world. You know what I'm like for snakes, I love me snakes, and you. Go look for Aki monitors and Australian skinks. Wild caught bearded dragons. Aussie frills. There's loads I'd love to see. Ah, please tell me it's a reptile of some sort. I bet it's a snake, innit? Because I've seen you feeding that snake a pinky. What snake was that, Craig? What you was feeding a pinky to, by the way? I forgot to comment. A little brown snake. Something like that. Not a venomous one, obviously. Oh, an olive. What, an olive python? Man. They're like hen's teeth in the UK then. Well, an olive python here. Yeah, an olive python. I knew it. I thought it was some sort of python. An olive python here is about £2,000. It's the same with your Bismarck pythons and your black-headed python and the Wormer python. Wormers are expensive. I owned a Wormer python. Yellow-headed phased one. Really expensive, yeah. I know a guy what breeds true diamond pythons, a certain lineage. You want to see the quality on them, Craig. These reptile rooms like a science lab basically. But yeah, he's a UK breeder, funny enough he lives in the same city. I've got a friend who has a DWA licence as well, Lee. He keeps all venomous. He does, you can pay to have your handling hours done. You have to have so many hours before you can even apply. Again, you'd have to have some big heaters to work with cobras. Even if you was working in the scene where you're milking the snakes for the venom. God, that must take some big kahunas, that. I've worked near venomous, but there was in double vivariums, like a vivarium in like a terrarium in a terrarium, so to speak. Double glass, double locked. That's what you have to have in the UK, and you have to have good life insurance. Make sure you have an entrance and an exit what can be locked, but can't be locked from the outside in. It's a long process, and it's about £2,600 to get your DWA, yeah? Yeah, you've got to be professional. I'll have a look. I'll check them out because I'm into reptiles as well. I don't keep reptiles, but that's where I started breeding snakes in 2003. I did it for 10 years. 2013, I used to sell my snakes and geckos to all the local. At the time, there was 5 different stores in one city, so I was doing well, and I bred ball pythons. Gargoyle geckos, not cresties. Cresties weren't my thing back then. Mostly leopard geckos, but like I'm talking hyper snows and stuff like that. If you know, you know. Genetics. We had a zoo at home about 6 years ago. Yeah, my house was like that once. It's kind of turning like it again. But the wife, she said I can have a snake, but she hasn't said no else about it, so I hadn't asked. But if I get one, I want the many. You know how it is, you get one thing. You're like, oh, it only eats once a week. How easy is that? Change its water and paper in its little baby box. Yeah, I was finding it hard. I was finding my reptile keeping a lot harder than the upkeep of my tanks, for instance. No worries, Christine, love. Just nice to have you back listening and watching. Sometimes I sit back and listen. God loves this tank. He loves the Congos. He's a Tetra man. One pet would miss out, yeah. I became homeless in 2014, and everything I owned at the time, I ended up living in an hostel, and including my cat of 7 years, I had to walk into the RSPCA and cry my eyes out for them to even take the cat. No one would take my cat, not even family, because most of my family don't do cats. So yeah, that broke my heart. That was one of my heartbreaks. But yeah, I was homeless. Lived in an hostel for 14 months. It was interesting. It made me the way I am today, I guess. Because when times are hard, you can either go down or up. We've been there, yes. Relationship breakdowns happen, don't they? This is what happened to me, and not a case of being told to leave, but it was a get out of my house now. Why? What have I done? Nothing. Right, okay. And it turned out that other person in the relationship was seeing somebody else. Yeah, it was interesting. It was certainly interesting. Hi Rob and chat, we are making dinner and wanted to drop in. Super, thanks for dropping by. Nice to meet you. Hope you're having something nice for dinner. I've done that, Craig. I lived in an empty house. I squatted. I did 2 weeks of it. It was interesting squatting. What I found the hardest about being homeless though was not being able. I always had my kids from my marriage breakup. I always had access to my kids, so I had them literally every weekend. I've had them every weekend for the last since I was born, and not being able to have my kids on the weekend absolutely broke me. Broke me. Well, it did break me, but the NHS and a good doctor fixed me again. And they tried to have me put in a nut house. It was an experience of life I'll never forget, but what happens in your life defines who you become, innit? Hello, Eduardo. Sorry for the life story, guys. I just, it's an important part of me. Kind of laid the foundations to who I am today, I guess. Hi, Shane. We all go through hard times, don't we? But we always find a way to bounce back. And that's what makes us good humans. It is who I am, yeah, you're right. I was never the homeless person begging on the street though. I used to, rather than beg on the street, I got paid a little wage to run a soup kitchen in an homeless shelter, so I thought, while I'm being homeless, why not get a little, it was better than nothing. So I kind of paid my way, but rather than take the wage, I used to give it to a Syrian kid, what was in the hostel. He literally come over with nothing. Little English did he speak, but what he could translate broke my heart. What happened to his family in Aleppo, that nearly broke me. So what I actually earned in the soup kitchen, I gave to him every week. And I just like to think that if you can give Cardens back, when I die, I'll go to heaven. Because in heaven they have some big fish tanks. Linda waits while you're on. Another hard thing, because if you've not got all documents where you're living, where do you tell them you're living? It affected everything for me. I've been down and out many times over life, but the last 10 years, my life's been the most secure it's ever been. So all is good. Back to the fish. Yeah, trust me, you've come to the UK, everyone says I want to come to the UK. Once they get here, they're like, right, okay. UK is not all that. It's not Great Britain anymore, you know. It's had the great took out of it. A country run by the Tories. Now no more Tories. Yeah, it's a hard one, that, innit? I mean, there is loopholes and ways around. You can get like a temporary ID in the UK, like you can go to your local council and they'll make you up some sort of like photo ID with a next of kin address on it for at least, so when you need to go and make a claim, or say you're jobless at the time and you need ID to make a claim for social security and that, not whatnot. You stood in the social security job centre with a bag full of clothes thinking, what was my life come to? And you've got about £3 change in your pocket. But here I am with a lovely fish collection. It's like that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ever gonna keep me down? I get knocked down, but I get up again. Yes. It's not like that, yeah. Every country's different and that's mad. You'd think we'd all run the same systems, wouldn't you? Just to make things more functional when you went abroad. So if you was buying something everywhere's the same currency. It makes sense really, doesn't it? But then they don't want to take the pound away from the Brits. Because it's the Brits, the only thing the Brits have got left after the war. You're never gonna keep me down. Life of an MFA, up in there, yeah. No fixed aboard. I had 4 days worth of clothes, literally. I didn't even take all my stuff. Well, I say what, I didn't take it, it got packed for me. And all they did was give me a leaflet to all the local hostels. I'm like, what do I do now? They're like, phone each one up every day and see if they've got a bed. I did that for 2 weeks, every day, 3 times a day. It really... And then I got a break and I ended up in like a house share hostel, so it was even better because it wasn't a full-blown hostel, it was like a student accommodation. But I was lucky, the residents at the time was really, really good people. Cheers, Craig. Big up, Craig. If you haven't got a spanner in the chat, or a wrench as they call them, just holler and I'll make you a mod. What have I costed out? 6 yellowtail tetra total cost 230 shipping. And God, shall I tell you how much man cost? Congo's was 49. £62 for the 6 man was. Worked out about £10.20, so about $12 each. Yeah, go ahead, Shane, say something. Oh, cheers, man. Just took its time to get there, but that's 100 people, genuine people in my life, sharing my passion. So I'll see it all as a positive. I don't want to start chasing numbers, because I suppose if you start getting too serious, you can really become something it's not. And more than anything, what you need to be on here is real. Real. You have to be yourself, not something you're not, or like me, I don't claim to know everything. I'm learning lots. I'm learning lots off you guys. I've learned a fair bit off Craig. Like you can grow big and obvious. I've got this generic Chinese one. I mean, it was off Temu. That's full of Tibetan red. Turn it off. Drain the main vein, and then I sieve it. Then I add my baby brown shrimp to pure arrow water, and then I put it in every tank. God, you can't. Fish need bran. I think that's the key to me breeding, bran shrimp. You don't need to answer a lot of fish questions. You answer a lot of questions in the way you do things. Does that make sense? I'll sit there and happily watch you do a water change, and then walk away and tweak a little thing from my little system, like what I saw you do. So I copied it, and it works better. All interested. Moran's on, yeah. I think so. A lot of mistakes, yeah, there's definitely a lot of trial and error. I mean, some of my best lessons learned are from my mistakes, like I did the other month with fish, and lost a lot. Silly mistake, but now I've learned not to touch chemicals, and rather get something like a fish friendly algicide, kill the algae off and let the minor shrimp do the cleaning up. Or like I do what you do, Craig. When I have loads of plecos, if I have a mucky airstone or a piece of tubing or a piece of rock what's covered in algae, I throw it in my tank. Plecos, and let the plecos clean it. I'll check it out, Craig. 1 second, man. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that Coke bottle you've got, Craig, what I've just looked at. My mum and dad have got the big giant version, and they put all their change in it. And then each Christmas, they share it around with grandkids. With all the change. That's where I find all my coins to collect. Yeah, green plastic. Yeah, that's the one. I saw his clam loaches. But Craig's got all sorts of don't show, you know. I'm a Diet Coke fanatic, Craig. I like everything Diet Coke. Oh, so you collect Coca-Cola items. That's cool. I might have some old bottles somewhere, actually. Some glass ones. Suppose I could send them. I think they're in the loft. Which hatchery have you gone for? There's this one, Shane. By the price, by the sounds of the price, is it the Zis hatchery? Brown hatchery? Good hatcheries then, but I paid £7 for mine off Timo, and it lasts 3 days. I get 3 days of bran out of it, dependent on how much you put in. If I put more, obviously, I still get 3 days, but more yield. You've got to have access to baby bran most days of the week. It's key. It's almost like if them adult fish have access to ample baby bran, it's almost like a thing in the fish when they pair up. They're like, oh, so if there's food for us, there's plenty of food to make, so let's make babies. That's my theory in fish keeping. Fish almost feel safe and know there's ample food, they will breed and produce. What's your Craig? I have the same breeder boxes as you, Craig, the ones off, I got mine off Temu. Or was it AliExpress, one of them? They're not cheap. They're about £30 here. God, but that was nice because it... Yes, before they come to Australia. Yeah, I wasn't in. It's not that been that long in the UK, if I'm honest. There's this, that's correct. Yeah, that's the one. It's a good breeder box. It's a good system. I didn't use all the thermometer and all that you get with it. I don't check the temperature because my fish room's heated, so I knew exactly what temperature it was going to get to anyways. Alright, Mary, good night, darling. Sleep well. Good night. $57 plus tax with us. They're not cheap. But I found the generic one the same as this, the breeder box for instance, and they're £28 here to buy. And I found some on Temu what work exactly the same, and it worked out, if I bought 4 it worked out £12 each. And funny enough, I put the lid off of this onto the generic Chinese made one and it fit identical. Yeah, the filtration, it's not, the flow's not, I tend to add an air stone, and then what you find, the fan of the air stone, the fan of the bubbles, like a diffuser, if you put a diffuser you get a more ample length rather than a glug 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 glug, you get a steady flow. Also, I forgot to give you that plant, Charlotte. I've got some more plants in a tub I need to send. I did see what you did, yes. There's a nice bromeliad, that, Charlotte. I started with one and it turned into 3, but I only managed to give you 2. You put a mini filter inside them. Yeah, I've done the same thing. You don't get that glug glug, do you? You get the more steady. That's exactly what I mean. Watching about you, I knew exactly what you was doing when I saw your L134s in the tub. I knew the box and the way you was doing the filtration, so it won't give in the glug glug. Something I spotted straight away. I've got an eagle eye. It's a good little modification to make. You should always tweak something to make it more efficient as well. I've made a brine shrimp patry out of Coca-Cola bottles before. That worked for, well, it worked. It did what it needed to. The hatch rate wasn't like 95%, it was more 80%, but it worked enough at the time. It's all about making things run better, isn't it? I like tweaking things as well, Greg. I'm like that for anything. If I see a generic cheap filter, I'll try it out and I'll modify it. Turn it not only mechanical filtration but also biological filtration, like a 2-in-1, just to make it more better. Definitely the way, Shane. Work smart, not hard. Let your tank see to themselves, just do your water changes. The rest sees to itself. And a good food, good diet. Brine shrimp, Kelly black worms. Kelly black worms are like so hard to get now in the UK, and when you can get them, for 10 90ml packs of Kelly black worms, it's £28 now, plus delivery. Mum's good. Mum's what our tank's about. Mum is a good sign. The only reason you don't see mum in this tank, this one, is because the Corridorus and the plecos and the shrimp don't keep it clean. It's humid in here, guys. Anybody else's fish room very humid? It's like a sweatbox. Now I know why my fan's off. I sent Malik a pleco. Oh, I saw them, Craig. Them plecos, stone plecos. If you run about one. They're nice then. Peaceful in my fish room. Yeah, it really does. Charlotte, it really does. Having tanks, a big tank as well like yours, the humidity and temperature increase, it actually brings like a mini oil-filled radiator, really. Best in their own kind of tanks. I agree too. Does anyone ever who smokes do that? Make a J-bone and then put it down and forget where you put it? It's vanished, man. Things don't just vanish. Oh, it's a mystery. Sometimes I think I smoke too much. I'm losing it. Found it. Found it. Yes, I knew I did. Do you know when you tell yourself to stop, Craig, and you're like, yeah, nah. Hello, Discus North. Nice to have you drop by. It's a stoner thing. It's got to be, guys. Short-term memory loss. You put it down. You're like, I'm sure I made one, and you're like, yeah, nah. And then you'll get up, and then one will fall off your lap. You're like, oh yeah, it was there. Yeah, Discus North. You're here. 1 second. I'm going to Discus North. I'm going to give you standard moderator, so you can have a spanner. Now you can search through everyone's channel to like and subscribe, and they can do the. You can also feel free to share your channel. So if you want to share your channels, guys, on the chat, go ahead. Here's Mick's wedding cake this morning with a dash of oil, 2 dashes. Is that why you couldn't get up when you was slow waking up? Yeah, Discus is on my next plan. Watch this space. I've got a tank being done. And a stand being made so I can get rid of these drawers. Because I have too many drawers of fish junk. I've got more heaters than a shop. So you had a good sleep, yeah? Good. A good sleep's the best medicine you can have for anything. If you get a proper unbroken sleep, but a nice deep sleep, it can go one or two ways. You can either feel even more sleepy, or you can feel totally like you've just had recharge, kind of Red Bull injected into your veins. Some say 125 litres. I'm getting a 250, but I'm getting a tall boy, whereas these tanks are low boys. Tall boys are total opposite. You know, you know what I mean. Some giant val in the background, fully floating with a lovely float. Some Mapani wood in there. We'll try some Anubias in the higher temperatures. Since having Akismo out, yeah, I've been there in my early marriage. I had work I worked 6 days a week. Sometimes I had to get up for the bains, and it was like, whoa, killed me, but I did it. I look back at it and I think, how did I raise 3 kids? Again, we just do it, don't we? Yeah, I bet you can hear them footsteps like your flip-flops on the when you're in your fish room. That's what I'm going straight for. Shit, 250 litre. I thought I might as well, and then I can get a few, or two or three pairs maximum, I'd say, and possibly look at some type diver fish what can hold the high temperatures, because you can't beat a tank with a little bit of diver fish in it. Diver fish being everyone knows what diver fish is, don't they? It just takes the scaredness away. The fish change. It's like the Congo tetras when there was just the Congos in here. It was very shy. I had the yellowtails and the longer penis, and they're totally not shy. Like a diver fish. Brings the best out of it, other fish. Good problem to have. Oh, your kids were stealing from you. Oh dear. You got a few tanks now, yeah? Good. It's all about having the passion, enjoying the hobby again. There's been times where I've taken breaks from it, like there's gaps in between where I've not had no fish tanks at all. But when I never had fish tanks, I always had reptiles. £160 even a lot of tank really for a pair. I mean, you're talking a small, medium or large pair, or one that's already paired off. An angel tag, yeah. I see your logic. Yeah, I see your logic. Fox, yeah, you're in gallons, aren't you? Enough for a breeding pair. See, there you go. I know, God, I'm really happy about that. Thank you, everyone. How are the community, that? I need to up my game now with more content. Got loads of stuff on my phone. I mean, I've got a few little plans lined up to make some more spectacular views like this. Because it's not good just having two planted tanks, I want more. So I'm going a different direction with some fish. Yeah, an adult pair. Discus are just stunning fish. I like Severums as well. Some nice Severums. Severum. Cheers, God. No, I wouldn't say Shoal, not 160. You're probably talking in litres, I am anyways, because I'm in the UK. You're probably talking about, if you want a Shoal, you're probably talking about 350-400 litre tank minimum. So you're probably talking 6x2x2, having a 6 foot by 3 foot tall, 2 foot deep, or even 1.5 foot deep, but have the height. Oh dear, Bell's sick again. Something going fucking round. Pardon my French, guys. I do usually swear actually. I'm lying to you, so I'm trying very hard not to swear. My mum used to say, get some paracetamol down here if you're not well. She used to think paracetamol fixed everything. Hi Chris again, hi Shane again. Better stop meeting like this, guys. Scan Facebook Marketplace for free tanks. I've done that. And do you know the 2 tanks I got off Facebook Marketplace 3 years ago now? Both of them cracked and leaked. One all over my kitchen. And a Flow Valve Flex 123, 123 litre. The full front cracked on it. Literally in front of my eyes. I watched all the fish pour out. It's interesting to see it from that aspect where you've basically you've got done your discus keeping on a budget basically, just to show it can be done, which it can, which I think makes good content as well. I'll check you out when I get off here, discus north. That's what you'll be doing and resealing them, yeah. Yeah, 100% that. It always happens. It's either you go or the tank goes. We live in a real world here. Charlotte. Oh, so your big tank was second hand. Oh, you got an FX6, did you not for free? That's a good deal, that, getting an FX6 for free. Charlotte's basically laid the foundations to what is what. Realist. My rack, this one, this one's actually put together with, it's only metal fronts and the actual braces going across and wood. I've done the same with this one, reinforced it all with wood. It's basically cheap metal, and I've just reinforced them. My most expensive rack cost me, including the paint to spray it and stuff, and get the fixings to fix them to the wall, it cost me about $75, about 70 English pounds, and the other two racks in my room only cost me like $25. I put the effing frugal fish keeping. Rapid racking, yeah, I've got a rapid racking. It lasts. In the UK. It's the best in the market for the fact you get good quality board. But I replaced the boards with marine grade ply, inch thick, and I doubled it because I like overkill. 9 bucks in screws. Yeah, you've restored one as well, Craig. Yeah, I think sometimes it's the best way because you can actually improve them. I mean, no doubt I've made my racks. This rack on this tank now, what you're looking at, I actually tested it when it first come from Amazon. I sat on the rack, bottom shelf, and the full thing just went bent in half. I was either I'm a fat beastard or this is monkey metal, and it was monkey metal. So I reinforced it all with 1.5 inch wood all the way around, and then across I've got a 2 inch by 3 inch underneath it. I sealed all this here. This is all sealed in like wood glue, and then once the wood glue dried, I sealed it in duck Cuprinol waterproof fence paint, black, so it's waterproof. I'll give that 4 coats, and I'm glad I did because the amount of spills I've had, and it stopped the wood expanding. Tremclade. I don't know what that one is. Must be an American brand. Oh, Charlotte, you need a new phone. Can't you send all your stuff to OneDrive or like a Google storage? You get 15 gig for free. All right, Christine, thank you. But it's interesting to know and learn what others do and how much it's cost. It's nice to know that you've actually set back up on what it's cost you the outlay to show that it can actually be done and efficiently. You've got to test always, yes. And pre-test. Looks nice and fair. I can actually stand on these racks and probably 104 kilos. Should really do something about that. And then I used to think about it and I thought, well, if I can be in this room, because my fish room's upstairs in my room, I actually sleep in my fish room. So I go to sleep with the sound of running water, which sometimes can be a burden. Oh, black rust paint. Yeah, these are all pre-treated. I pre-primed with like a rust coating on the metal for that simple reason. Because I know from water damage how the actual monkey metal can actually go and all the powder coating can peel off and rust underneath. I planned my fish room out a lot, measured stuff, checked out prices of stuff I needed to do. It hasn't been cheap for me to get to where I am, like, but I won't change it. Yeah, it's the best way to do it, Charlotte. Or buy a external hard drive and transfer all your stuff onto an external hard drive. Jeff, hello. I think we all do that, don't we? I mean, I just got a new phone and I did that smart switch through Samsung, and pretty much took the full memory up of my new phone. And on the S24, there's no space for an extra memory card. So you need to wait for a new cable, Charlotte. Warehouse racks style what these are really, but the rapid racks you get here in the UK are pretty much that warehouse racks. They're orange and blue, designed for like holding timber and like type the shelving type you get at like Home Depot. We call it B&Q here in the UK. You've got Home Depot. Them kind of rackings for like lengths of wood and stuff like that. So 8 foot tanks. That's some. Oh yeah. That's a challenge you've asking for that. Charlotte, wait till you see Belinda's stones and cabins. She's got some nice stuff. She's just waking up. Really, us Brits should be fast asleep by now. See if you can make it a channel to prove to someone and do a video of after thanking everyone for doing all the work for you. I'm only kidding. Yeah, wait till you see precious stones and that. And rocks. Making rocks look sexy carved into animals. Charlotte's right up your street. No worries, Discus. I'm just sat in the background having a nice Mary Jane. Charlotte, man, and your sleep pattern right now is identical. The hours of the vampire. Like I'm looking outside and it's starting to get light. Thinking of Cypress Hill at the same time. Yeah. I love Cypress Hill. Pick it, tuck it, fire it up, come along. It'll take a hit from the bone. Plug it, don't plug it, chain. I love you, Mary Jane. So you wanna be a rock superstar and live large, big house, 5 cars, coming up in the world. Yeah, we are, Charlotte. Skin up, guys and girls. Peace, man. Need some enjoyment in my life, apart from fish and my wife. Yeah, I love a bit of Cypress Hill. Gonna do some shots with a bit of Cypress Hill now, actually. I've got some good ideas. Flow, my man. Smoke it. Oh, I've got it. Very good at growing basement tomatoes. Nice and relaxed. I've got a feeling I'm going to sleep well. Which makes a change, because I don't sleep more than 3 hours. So 5 hours would be lovely. Relax, don't do it, then you want to go through it. It is, Jeff, definitely, 100%. I mean, I'm sure, as much as I could make out with yours, some of them was a bit... I knew what Fishigal was and that, I could make out, obviously, but just think the quality in the YouTube lad is much more... You get more bang for your buck. I have got this set to the advanced as well, the 1080p onwards, but that's all it goes, which is bizarre because you'd think they'd be. See if you slept 12 hours. 70s effect on the tank short chain, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, if I slept 12 hours, I wouldn't sleep for probably 3 days. Oh, so Streamlit, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? There's always a reason why they've made money. More pixel power. I'm just getting the hang of that. I have got a laptop coming, so I'll be able to have multiple cameras on my tanks because I will have more tanks in here soon. I'm thinking, could I make a fish tank into a bed, whereas I could sleep on top of a fish tank? Or to get one of them beds where you can slide drawers underneath and make fish tubs. Put some lights all under the bed, but then I think, oh, would it get to what? Where there's space, you can fish. Oh yeah, that's true, Charlotte, you do. No, don't pay for it. Just do it off YouTube if you have to. If I got a cabin bed, I could have a big 8 foot. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Get a kid's cabin bed and just reinforce it for my size with a steel girder, steel supports, just in case, and then put a tank underneath it. Boom. And take the bottom bunk out. Document it. This is how I made more space for tanks. Bed above a tank. Tank full of predator fish. Me with a little rod over my bed on my top bunk. Like a fat gnome. Disgusting. It could be done, I suppose. But I do have... And 1 second. I do have a space... Oops, sorry, lights are off. I do have space here for quite a bit. I'm taking these 3 tanks out. Let me turn the light on. These 3 tanks are coming out, and there's a space 900 across by 450 deep, and I can do a tank 55 centimetres high, because I've put the rack up high to match them. The theory is to put a big tank there. Them tanks are possibly going to go on there, and then I've got all this space here. I've got tank space. I'll make tank space. Charlotte lives in a 1-bedroom flat, she can make space. Egghead partner, Belinda, you're more than welcome. He's alright, is your Craig? Egghead partner. Every little helps. I think Belinda, I think what he does is great. He's real. And I think what people now want, people love real content. No, excuse the French, no bullshit. People want to see down to earth, genuine, everyday people what work hard to get where they're at. I think it's great watching Craig. Craig sat back and his head's going. I blow Craig's trumpet. You wait till you see some of Belinda's. Charlotte, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to her. And Belinda, you can actually have, I will make you a mod, then everybody can check everybody out that way. It's just easier access for everyone, isn't it? You never have enough mods. Good mods as well, anyways. Found all the good ones. Ford Escort. My dad's first car was a Ford Escort Mark 1. 1988 version. Oh, what a car. Proper British cars, the Ford Escorts. Proper British car. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. You'll see her polished stones, Charlotte, various stones and semi-precious stone and stuff. Animal carvings, they're like, wow. It's funny because I collect them myself, and so does my daughter. They are a beast of a car. They're an old school car. Can you remember that, Craig? Can you remember the Ford Escort RS Turbo 2000, the 1980s version, Mark 1? It had some horsepower, that. I'm talking proper old school Ford Escorts here. The RS 2000. I used to collect Max Power magazine when I was a kid and put all the car posters on my wall. I'm big into cars as well. I like watching YouTube car stuff, whether car restoration kind of stuff, when they bring an old dog back to life. Good stuff, that. Yeah, she just said your mum had one. Yeah, it's a proper top. It was reliable, and even if they became unreliable, parts for a Ford Escort was relatively affordable. But it's a car what would run forever. Very low maintenance. 9 times out of 10, Ford Escorts you tend to always got good insurance on them as well, depending what size engine you had. Oh, it was a proper early one, yeah. One of them where you feel the car go down the minute you go forward and your head goes back and you're like, fucking G-force, man. And you're like, shit, and when you start, your ass starts nipping just because the car's going like, whoa! Yeah, dragways are big. I went to one last year, Australian style, but in England. Cars went round the track until the last one was standing, like a destruction derby type thing. I'd never been to one before and I absolutely loved it. Like banger racing, but like a destruction derby. But we used to have in this city, we used to have speedway as well. I love my speedway. I saw you crosser bike as well. Used to have a DR 125 and a DT 125 off road. The 90s I spent my time on motorbikes. I was really big into motorbikes. Where dragways rims on out. Fucking hell. I don't remember dragways. Souped up car. Someone saw something like I've done similar. Pop in your windscreen. I know exactly how to do it, it's easy. I can get in and out of a car still like I remember in the early 90s. Pop the keys. When you go up, just something just your average everyday that, Craig. Welcome to Australia. Sounds like some of what happens where I live, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, Charlotte, share Stu's stuff away. Stu on wheels. Right guys, here's the real question, yes or no. Do I keep going and go get another bottle of Lucasade, or do I give up and then sleep all the day away? Because England don't play till Sunday, so Saturday can be a sleeping day. Belinda rushed her back when she got up. Oh, right, okay. Just another day in the Craigie household. We've all been through, haven't we? God, if half the stuff my mum and dad did to us kids when we was kids, probably get arrested these days for it. The world's become soft. It happens sometimes, Craig. But hey ho, I bet you could make these rocks real amazing, you know, Belinda. Because these are almost shiny pebbles. I mean, that one's almost crystally like there. There. Excuse the muck in the fingernail, guys. I've been sorting the isopods out. Got soil all in my hands. I'd love to learn to carve stone. Or even tumble rocks. this November. My mum and dad was my mum and dad have been married 52 years this coming November. November the 27th. It's my mum and dad's anniversary. 52 years married. I do look at my mum and dad and think to myself, how are they together? Because they're so opposite sides of the spectrum. It's unreal. My dad being out the army, he's very miserable, old-fashioned, whereas my mum's very much like me. Got a twisted sense of humour. A tumbler and a Dremel. I bet you've got all that, yeah. It's good stuff, that shit, innit? Yeah. Shane does his stuff. Not Shane, Stu. Sorry, I got names wrong there. I'm just going to go get a drink, guys. I'm back. Where are we at? Unfortunately, not my husband yet, but I'm working on it. Make a man of him. Stubo, if you're about. Make an honest woman of her. You could do the proposal live on YouTube. Quite common here, to be honest, house fires occurred. 9 times out of 10, they tend to not have fire alarms or anything like that. But yet the UK is so paramount on making sure every household has adequate fire alarms, what are wired to your central, so they're like the backup, not battery powered ones, which batteries run out. I remember an auntie's house burning down as a kid, because I can remember my mum and dad. We had my 3 cousins staying and my auntie and uncle. It was actually really good in the end. We actually all got on great like an house on fire. Stayed with us for about a year till we got a new house. 2 AM this morning. You've proposed to him twice already. Jesus. Wondering why my phone's so dull, and then I've realised I'm on 2%. Plug the charger in. Here we go. Give them some food. Yeah, Charlotte, we have all that too in our kitchen. Our kitchen's well up to date. We've got, for an old house, we've got modern electrics all linked to like a backup type system. It's clever how they do it. So even if the power goes out, he wants to be the man. Why did you put the angle around the last, please? You don't need to have a piece of paper to be together forever, to be honest with you. I've been married, I've been divorced, I've been married again. It's just a piece of paper really. But if you know it's the one, it's the one. Because no matter what shit it's the fan and you go through it together, and you still both come out smelling the roses. That's when you know it's the one. Marriage was created for governments back then to control people basically. Because they know where two people was in one household rather than two separate households. I did a right cheap wedding, my first wedding, all in £500, about 700 US dollars, all in. That was the after party and everything. Cheapest wedding ever. They even asked me why I went on my honeymoon or on my night out, because it's not even worth the story. Yeah, where is Craig's granddad? Here, the shed. Yeah, like I say though, Craig, my parents, 52 years they'd been married but they'd be lost without each other at the end of the day. You know, when you just know someone are meant to be together forever. He's found it. Right, it doesn't have to be legal. Josie, hello my man. Happy to see you. How many rooms do you actually have in that house, Shane? I'm getting names wrong. Craig. Tell you what guys, this triple hybrid is really strong. I wish I had Craig's floor space because I'd have so many racks of carried in shrimp. And then that question Jeff asked me earlier on his live, which would he have, shrimp or fish? I would then sway to shrimp. He wants to marry Belle, but yeah. This is it, ain't it, Craig? Life's expensive enough as it is, mate. Which is the true fact. It's no truer than that. Cost a fortune to survive now. 4 bedrooms. Whoa, yeah. And it's not like your bedrooms are small bedrooms. Your bedrooms are like your room is probably the whole, where your fish room is through them sliding doors. That floor space is probably my full house and yard. I don't have a front garden. It's a downside to living in council estate, UK. Every house is literally, you look out your living room window, you're looking at someone else's living room window. None of that lush space. What I'd do for that. This is why I think I will eventually end up living in Australia. It's on my bucket list to do. I mean, I'm only 45 now, so I've got a long way to go, but I think the weather would be better for my health. I feel less pain in the summer months, whereas my back and my nerve pains from the waist down, I feel it always in winter. As much as we don't get the worst winters in the UK, it's still cold enough. And it's not nice not having a garden, because your garden is your piece of nature, innit? Your home nature. You can do what you want with it, well, mostly. Nothing worse than being in debt for marriage. Why start marriage in debt? Rob, if work this YouTube out, we can move ourselves to Australia. Do the Lottie and Robbie show. God, the reptiles that have. Proper carpet pythons. Proper pythons. The Robbie and Lottie show. That should be the intro and a countdown. You with all your crazy animals, me with my fish. All my tubs outside in the Australian sunshine, full of cherry shrimp, all colours. Making my millions. Yes. One can dream. Suppose we all have dreams really, don't we? We wouldn't be human if we didn't. Today I am mostly covered in geckos. And I have a big outdoor pool, massive veranda with a barbecue the size of an house. Australian, mate. Say Aboriginal Aussie, right, Craig? But do you know your last name? Do you have Irish descendancy in you? But is it Donahue? Donahue? How do you pronounce it? Donahue. I looked at it and I thought that's like almost an Irish name. I wonder if you have Irish descendants. Native American population had it very hard. I watched something at the moment about Slumac's lost gold. The lost gold of Slumac. The case of Slumac's gold. It's a really good watch. Told you I'm big into history. I'm a Scotsman, so it might be where it is. The Scottish-Irish connection, his name's quite similar. Because a lot of Scottish migrated to Australia in the 1800s, didn't they? I do believe. Chippewa. The bagpipes and the spoons. My dad can play the spoons. I can do a little bit. Do you know how times have changed there? Imagine it 50, 100 years ago, sat watching them play the spoons and all that, and the bagpipes, and then now today they're all on smartphones. Sorry if you heard an awful noise there, guys, but I tried to hold it in for ages. Oh mate, that stinks. Oof. I'm from, oh, beautiful country. Last time I was in the Dominican Republic, though, unfortunately, I ended up having a very bad stomach. Turned out I had a bit of salmonella. But what a beautiful country. What a beautiful country, Jose. Jose. Sorry. Yeah, what a beautiful country. Me too, Craig, but my let's say if you go on to my security check for a visa, my former past says Rob cannot travel to America. So yeah, that's out the question for me. To go to South America, I'd have to go direct to South, probably south like Argentina, something, just to get up to Colombia. I want to go on that Peru trip, but I don't even know how I'd get there, because you have to go to Miami. Is it okay if I stay on the plane, as long as my feet don't touch the ground? It was 11 when you came over. But yeah, I'd love to fly there, Craig, but the American government won't let me. It should. Only another about 11 years to go, and it'll be a clean slate. My dad was a private, and my granddad was both privates from Yorkshire Regiment as well in World War II. One of my granddads died from his injury in the Battle of Somme. Great granddad, sorry. Kill, the old kilt thing, yeah. Big respect thing, that. Still done today, that kind of stuff. Imagine all doing a live together. Live, I mean in person. Big Mary Jane's on the ground in the background, me like, yeah, Robbie, you coming on this live? I'm like, eh? Just sat there staring into space after some of Craig's chocolate brownies. Yeah, man. Well, you all say it would be lovely to come here and lovely to go there. Let's do something about it. I'm going away again in October, but a bit further afield this time. Again in a caravan home. Like a house home type. What do you call a caravan in America? Texas. I wouldn't say much, Charlotte, on the live. I'd be like slapping me like that. Rob. Like, I'm alright. RV, yeah, that's the one. I'm staying in an RV in North Yorkshire, about 45 minutes up the coast from me. But it's, I'll take some pictures and I'll share some footage. If you guys know the bird, the puffin, where I'm going has got the biggest migration of puffins going, so I'm going to try and get some photos of wild seabirds because they're stunning. While smoking a big Mary Jane. Yeah, Charlotte, we said we don't do enough. We don't do enough for us. We spend that time on everybody else. So let's start doing booking places. So we're going with the wife's sister and brother-in-law, and another couple, all in individual caravans, RVs. Puffins are beautiful. It's called Benson Cliffs. It's near Scarborough. You go there bird watching, you look down the cliff, it's a right big drop and it's just full of nesting puffins. Puff, yeah. Most certainly, Jeff. Sharing is caring. Trailer home's probably the one, isn't it, for a caravan? A trailer home. I could go live, I suppose, but I don't know what... Oh no, actually I've got 5G now, so I wonder if I would be able to. Going live off the edge of a cliff, there's only like a 4-foot fence or 4-foot wired fence with wooden poles stopping you going over the edge of the cliff. It's actually the highest point in Yorkshire because it's actually something like 110 metres down to the sea. Called Benton Cliffs. Puffins are marvellous, mate. For here, they look exotic. They just should be here. The fish veg at the trailer park. Types of fish. Puffin, marvellous. Puffins are marvellous. There's Rub's marvellous puffin. I like that. Good pun, that. Craig. Cuffing with the puffins. Optus was charging us for 5G. Yeah, it's all included in my thing, Craig. I'm paying, right, get this, I've got a new phone, my partner has a SIM-only contract, all in my name. For the 2 contracts, we was paying 92 English pounds, about 100 Aussie dollars. And I upgraded to a new phone. I've got a new phone out of it, and my joint bill now, I've got unlimited data, unlimited everything, has gone to £57 for both. Work that out, and I've got a new phone out of it. Yeah. What's the internet like in Australia? Is it all them like it is in our city now? All these individual companies trying to give you the best bang for your buck. You get all these poles going up with the 5G, bloody blah de blah, and then fibre optic things. Six months free is nice. But yeah, my bill went from £92 to 57, and I got a new phone. I didn't get the Ultra, Shane, but I got the 24, and I got it on EE. At the moment, EE, I think, are doing the Ultra on a 24-month contract for, don't quote me on this, I'm sure it's £51, but it's unlimited 5G data. You also get the BT Sports Pass and some sort of movies pass with it as a gift. I'm up on my phone contracts and deals, me. I like to get my best bang for the buck and have the. I like gadgets. I did a speed test on my 5G. My broadband Wi-Fi, my fibre optic internet. I get 1 GB if I'm stood next to the router. 1 GB speeds, 500 upload. But if I'm out this side of the house, I get about 300 megabytes and about 200 upload. But since I've done this TP-Link booster, I'm getting about 500. And for our internet's unlimited, unlimited data. Our internet, we was paying a local company what had the monopoly basically. Their control over the telephone lines. We was paying £90 for 400 megabytes, and we only ever got 150. Never got 400 out of it. We was in that for 5 years. And then all these private companies have come in, and now we pay £22 for 4 times the speed. And we've had it 8 months now, and we've never, do you know when you have to contact them to say, why's your Wi-Fi off and blah blah blah? None of that. You've had your phone 6 years. It's time to upgrade, Charlotte. Get with the future, man. Screen quality is so much better on your eyes as well. The Samsung S24, the screen, so crisp. Crispy clean. But yeah, some people are like that, aren't they, I guess? Stick to what works. If it's not broke, don't fix it, innit, I guess. See, I was on the S20, and then I didn't realise how rubbish the S20 was until I was doing lives, and the quality of people could see. I was like ashamed. Since I got the 24, it's like, wow. Yeah, you should do your own research. It should be down to you at the end of the day. Right guys, I'm going to cut this live and go chill out and find somebody else's live to watch. So if anybody's going live, let me know and I'll be there. You have to sleep, Shane. I'm not ready for sleep yet. It's alright but it's when you have to zoom in, Craig. What I was finding, it was pixelating. Maybe it was my internet, I don't know. But good night, Shane. But if anybody else is going live, I'll jump on and chat with you in the chat. I'm not an Apple person. Lives keep me happy. I haven't watched TV. I've got so much TV series. I've got my House of Dragons series to catch up on. It's great. Mine's an XR, I think. That's an old one. Alright guys, well I shall catch you soon, and if you're going live I shall see you on the other side. Alright Craig. Alright, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. No wonder you've got so many devices. Craig's got more phones than a phone dealer. And they've got a nice camera, so I'm using the camera to take pictures of the leopard frogs. Still on the couch. No worries, Jeff. You take care, and bye for now, guys. Peace out, guys. Bye.